Good day, traders. It's Monday, October 13th, 2020. And did you get your inspirational cherry bomb email today? Well, it's not actually a cherry bomb email. Mondays are the days we get emails from Tom Sosnoff, right? From Tasty Trade, Tastyworks Notoriety. And it was particularly inspirational today. So, of course, I'm going to recommend that you head on down to the description of that video and find the link to sign up for the cherry bombs because and those don't come from me. They come from Tasty Trade, by the way, right? 4 of the 5 days a week, we get cherry bomb trades and we put those on. But today's a special day because I'm starting something new. And I want to give a big shout out to Mike. And he is giving us our trade suggestion for today. So my videos normally start out in this, in case you're new to this channel, right? I have this little, what I'll call trade overview phase. I like to put the chapters down below too. But the trade overview phase over here, you'll see, tells you the ticker symbol we're going to be trading in today is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSM, TSMC, right? But the ticker is TSM. It has a liquidity rank of 3 out of 4. Now these drops that you see here do come from the stars from Tastyworks. I just figured, hey, let's go with liquid drops for liquidity. It works for my brain. Hopefully it helps with yours too, right? So it's pretty liquid. It's not super duper liquid, but we'll see the more information as we get into this. Its IV rank right now is 50, and its IV percentile is a little higher. I believe it's 57. And that means, right, 57% of the days in the past year have had lower implied volatility than now. So we could expect to see IV contraction. More on that, of course, as we get into this. So it's going to be a short put vertical. Makes sense looking at an IVR that is this high. I like hit the microphone, sorry. I like the idea of doing short premium on this one. But let's hop on into the platform and see how this is going to work out, shall we? But first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Neil, and this is Option Theory, and together we put on trades and build portfolios using ThinkOrSwim's simulated trading platform. And if you, of course, at some point feel like you've proved to yourself and it's time to start using real money, of course, that you do on your own, right? This is here for educational purposes, but why not get all the learning without the risk, right? So let's head on back to this monitor tab. Just, your screen might look a little different. You might have this sidebar on the left. I've increased my font size on this to help for those of you that are viewing this on maybe a small mobile device. So I move this to the side right now, and now we're just on the monitor tab in the activity and positions. It might look like I only have a couple positions on right now. That's because I'm in my IRA where I tend to experiment. This is a margin account where we have quite a few more positions on. But with that, I think we're going to put today's trade in an IRA trade, my IRA account, I should say, because it is defined risk, and I tend to put those non-cherry bomb type trades over here in the IRA account where I experiment, right? Like oftentimes, I think this USO over here is a perfect example of it. Let me hit the sub positions, USO. USO was a ratio, right? And that was not a cherry bomb trade. I figured let's go for it. So it's working out okay. I would have loved to end up over here, but I don't mind taking $80 off the table, right? That sounds good. But anyway, Mike, let's get to your trade. Mike put in one of the comments below after I asked him to be, because he's a longtime viewer and he comments on many of my videos, I wanted to give him first dibs. I invite all of you, I'll remind you of this again. I'd like to do this on Mondays. So, have you guys submit throughout the week your ideas. Ideally, you'd head over to optiontheory.com /contact, and then you can send me an email that way through my website, which, I really don't put too much on the website right now, but that contact form makes it a lot easier for me. All right, so let's take a quick look at the chart for TSM, right? Get a little background. So it might be a little bit of a longer video than we normally do, but I'd like to do a little bit of a deeper dive here. So we can see TSM here has definitely been flat for a while and then going on up. But take a look at this. If we were to change this to a different time frame, and we were to go back, longer than that, take a look at a 5-year. Right, you can see, of course, it's been on a steady climb, And that's, hard to bet against that one. Yeah, there's down periods. And of course, because we're doing options, we don't want to be selling puts or short puts premium, right, during one of these time frames. But that's okay. So let's go back and change this to the 1 year, 1 day. All right, there we are. So here we go. And now we can see these Bollinger Bands. We are near this upper band, which tends to be, because things tend to be mean reverting, a little bit of a bearish signal here. And this on the RSI being near this top line is indicating a potential bearish signal. However, over here, we're seeing a bullish signal on the MACD. That's feel like technical analysis. You may have your other technical analysis tools. I don't rely on them too much because I think Mike and I don't want to speak for Mike, but I know I subscribe to the Tasty Trade mechanics and the mantra of, nobody knows anything. And despite all the best technical analysis and fundamental analysis, things will move the way the market wants it to move. So now that we've taken a quick look at these technical analysis, I just want to show you this guy over here. If we go over to the Analyze tab and we hit Fundamentals and we're looking at TSM here, interestingly enough, you can see at the top of this is where you'll be, that we have these two things that are giving it a hold pattern, while we have these two groups saying that it's good to go buy or long this underlying, right? So with the fact that it's at its highs, that makes me worried a little bit. But knowing how we're coming up to Black Friday and all the buying and all the tech and the iPhones, I feel like this is not a bad thing to potentially go long. All right, so we've done a little fundamentals. Down here you can see things like your PE ratio, right? 27. You can see some things, interestingly enough, if you look at the net profit margin here is 32, but notice that year over year it's down 5%, so the profit margin's been going down. So many things you could just get lost in, which is I think why, if you're a tasty trader type person, you just go for some simplicity. You put the odds in your favor, right? If you could roll dice that you rigged to be more likely to end up on the number you want, wouldn't you keep making those bets? I think that's what I'm trying to say. All right, now let's actually get into and build this trade. Thank you for hanging with me if you made it this far. All right, so hitting the, not the trade, the Analyze tab, add simulated trade. To save some time, just so you know, we are going to be in the November monthly expirations, which as of today is 39 days to expiration. And we're going to be right here basically at the money. Even though you can see right here that the bid and the ask is at 89 and the last was 88, right? We are closer to this 90, so this is going to be, we're going to be selling out of the money, which meets that tasty trade mechanic. We don't want to sell something that is in the money. We want to be selling out of the money, extrinsic value only, right? And then over here we buy some for protection. We're going to be $5 wide, right? And so we're looking to sell the 85 put and go long or buy the 80 put. So here you go. Short the 85 put, long the 80 put. And I'm going to go one contract wide on this one. And we collect $1.62, right? And so if I were to just bring up the calculator here for you, and we hit $1.62, and we multiply that by 3, ideally that comes out to be the width of the strikes, right? So it's almost exactly 1/3 the width. So Mike, high five on that one, following that tasty trade mechanic of 1/3 the width of the strikes, right? The deltas that we can see on this one is a 35. Now multiply that by 2, right? That means we're looking at a 70% probability of this underlying testing our short 85. So I can appreciate that you may not like that, but if you adjust those strikes to $5 difference, I think you're definitely not gonna get 1/3 the width. So knowing that, let's head on into the probabilities and take a look at this, right? Hello. There we go, risk profile. Make sure that your date over here is set to the expiration, which you'll find down here. And I have expanded my view so we can see the expected move here. And I set my slice over here by going to set slices to break even at expiration. So we're looking at a 61% probability of landing on or to the right of this gold price slice here. So I'll call that the probability of profit. But what's the P50? Now, normally I don't actually go ahead and show this, but what I'm going to try to do is show this now. So give me just a moment. I've never done this on camera. I hope this doesn't mess anything up. And we're going to bring this guy over here. All right, here's hoping that you can see this. You probably can't. There it is. Let me go make sure that it's on camera for you. It is. Good. All right, so here we have the same trade, but in curve view right here. So we are going to be buying the 80 put. We're going to be selling the 85 put. In this case, we're looking at a 65%, according to Tastyworks, 65% probability of profit, and an even better P50 of 76%. Our max profit is 162, and our max loss is 338. Of course, that's $500 minus our 1/3, right? So we're pretty close to that $333 would be 2/3. Right? So this is the same thing here inside of Tastyworks. And I didn't do this, so shame on me. I even mentioned things like there's a liquidity, right? 3 out of 4. The correlation to the SPY. TSM has a moderately positive correlation to the SPY. And if you look at the SPY's futures, we are up 0.3%. We're going to see probably a good chance, right, that TSM will be going up as well. So that means we might not get filled at the 162, right, that we're looking at over here. This might come down. It's up to you to decide if you want to chase it down a couple pennies or whatever and see what happens. But let's take a quick look before we put this trade on at the bid-ask spreads. So they're a little wider. I don't know if that's because the market hasn't opened yet and they'll tighten up when the market opens. But yeah. We'll see. Like we said, it's not super duper liquid, but there's plenty of open interest in these strikes. So I feel like there's a good chance we're going to get filled on that one. All right, everybody, let's right click this trade. I'm going to choose confirm and send. Everything we went over here as far as max profit and max loss is there. We're going to hit send. That's going to go into our working orders. And like Mike has also said in a previous comment, if this trade should fill for you, it's not a bad idea to come right in and set a good till canceled order for this to take it off automatically for you when it reaches 50% of its max possible profit. So, Mike, keep up the great work. Thank you so much for being an awesome viewer and commenting as you do. If you've made it this far in the video, you deserve a thumbs up. And I'd like it if you guys, if you're interested in having your trade show up next Monday or another Monday, right, please feel free to head on over to optiontheory.com/contact. I will not spam, right? I'm just looking to get ideas, looking to hear from my viewers. So thank you so much. If you think I deserve a like, would you hit that like button? And if you have yet to subscribe, that's okay. But maybe someday you'll hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you'll be notified when our videos come out, because these trades are time sensitive. So until I see you in tomorrow's official cherry bomb trade, happy trading and good luck.